Shivoham, nice to see all of you. So today we are going to speak on how we are going to deal with the anxiety that is coming with the current situation. Right? We are going to dwell on this, we are going to introspect, we are going to understand. See, now we cannot say which problem is bigger, right? Sometimes it is COVID, sometimes, as you are saying, it is dengue. There are many problems. But understand that if you keep on looking at problems, you will not find a solution. We have to ultimately rise above the problems, right? And today, anxiety is not going to help us, right? If we are in anxiety, we are in fear, right? We are not going to help our health in any way, right? So we have to find that what we can do to come out of this anxious state, right? So what is anxiety? Anxiety means you are anxious, you are nervous, and your nerves have taken charge. You're no longer in control of your emotions. You're constantly thinking of what will happen. Anxiety happens because you are thinking of something dreaded about the future. It is nothing about the present. It is always something about the future that creates anxiety. Know that when we actually face the situation in the present, some energy comes from within us and we are able to solve it. Right? But till the situation has not come in front of us, we cannot solve it, and anxiety is not going to help us. Okay? Just like we deal with different problems through understanding. Today, you know, fire is so dangerous. It can burn you, it can lead you to death. But you deal with fire every day of your life. You know, knife has got the potential to kill you, but you are able to use a knife effortlessly every day in the kitchen. A firecracker, you know, can harm you, but when you play during a festival, those who know how to handle it, they are fearless. So understand that once you know the nature of things, you're not fearful. And today, the situation of COVID demands a lot of understanding about the nature of life. Once you understand how life functions, you will not be fearful. That is why you will see that more and more people are turning to spirituality, because spirituality is giving them that relief, right? It is giving them that inner strength to face it. Recently, I was talking to a doctor and I just asked him that you are dealing with such patients every day. How do you keep your cool? And you know, his answer was very beautiful. He said, through meditation and pranayam. So we have to understand that even doctors, they keep themselves calm, right? By believing in these kind of treatments, therapies, and this way of life. So today we are going to delve deeply into what is this COVID all about and what we can do to come out of the anxiety that is coming because of what we are fed from this world. Today, the world is feeding a lot of news into us, right? We are constantly hearing very, very sad news. First, the news was from very far away, from different country. Then it started coming very close. Now, every family has got some relative who is affected, right? Or some friend, close friend who is affected. So naturally, the fear is coming closer and closer, okay? So, how to deal with it? right? Firstly, understand, if you believe in spirituality, which you do believe, and that's why you're present here, there is someone in charge of the world. He knows what is happening. He can see what is happening. And he's waiting for everyone to see the light. Life will always be a battle between light and dark, between the good and the bad, between the devas and the asuras, between the angels and between the demons, right? So you can understand things like this, that there is a light and there is darkness. Today, the world is attuning more and more to the darkness. So temporarily, this is looking very heavy. It looks like it is winning. So most of the people are attuning to darkness, and this is winning today. Temporarily, because ultimately this will win. And what is darkness? Darkness is absence of everything that we are, is darkness. When life is the truth, death is the darkness. When health is the truth, disease is the darkness. When courage is the truth, fear is the darkness. And today what is happening is the darkness is growing because it is being continuously fed. More and more people are attuning to darkness. Darkness shouts, right? Darkness shouts very loudly. It creates fear by saying the same thing repeatedly. Even if X number of people have died, they repeat it so much that it looks 100X. Darkness never talks about faith, patience, positivity, love. It never talks about what good things have been done. It only talks about negativity. So what is happening is negativity in every form is looming. Along with, the negativity of the disease and suffering, lot of negative elements have also come up, who are trying to make a quick buck, who are trying to sell things which are, which are not true, which are not genuine, trying to fleece people who are desperate. So I understand one thing, that till you are aligned to darkness, that is the only thing you're going to create. So it is expanding. There is not many people, who are in this light today, right? So most of the people are today just, glued to news, glued to, social media, glued to talking about this only. But understand, as I repeat, that there is someone in charge. Along the ages, there has always been a war. Whether it was the war of the Mahabharata, right? Or the battle in Ramayana, or the different battles that we have been hearing. Always war has been part of this life, because after a war, a dharma is established, right? A truth is established. In my opinion, this period is a war where some knowledge has to be established. What I feel is that the earth also has got chakra, the way we have chakra. We are also ascending different chakra. We ascend the root chakra of stability and support. Then we come to the sacral chakra, right, of identity. Then we come to the power chakra, Manipur chakra. Then we come to the heart chakra of love. Then we come to the throat chakra of understanding. Then we come to the third eye chakra of intuition. And finally, the crown chakra of oneness with divine. Same way, earth has got chakra, and in every period, it goes through a transformation to reach the next chakra. Earth started with the Stone Age, which was about 3.4 million years old. And the prehistoric man at that time, he used to live in the caves. He discovered fire by rubbing the stone. Wheel was invented. And man was a hunter, a nomad who used to go around searching for food. That period of instability and insecurity was the root chakra age of the earth. It was followed by the dark age, where people were discovering their identity. Lot of atrocities happened at that time, right? People were taken advantage of, and you can read about the dark age. That continued for another several thousands of years. Then came the Industrial Revolution age, which was the Manipur chakra of the earth. In this age, countries, they tried to dominate over other countries. So there were different countries. India also, it was dominated. Different rulers came. The Muslim rulers came. It became a colony of the British. So that was the time of dominion and power, where the different countries were there was a power struggle for the resources. So there were countries which were trying to, subjugate or capture other countries for its survival. And that was the Manipur chakra age. Ultimately, independence happened, World War happened, and the age of peace started. So I believe that the 20th century was the Industrial Revolution age, and following that, Earth came into the Anahat chakra. And that period was about 1990. As you see that the period is becoming shorter and shorter. The Stone Age was the biggest, and that is what is root chakra about. The largest wavelength. The Dark Age was smaller, Industrial Revolution was still smaller, and then the Heart chakra age was still smaller. Now, in the Heart chakra age, if you see around 1990, many masters and gurus came up to heal the world. A lot of peace missions were carried out, that the world needs more of love, right? More of compassion. So that was the age. And then in 2020, the earth has moved into the fifth dimension. In 2020, it has moved into the fifth dimension, which is the throat chakra. And now we are all in the throat chakra age, which is the fifth dimension. Now, every transformation comes with some pain and some suffering. Now, this is the age where the earth wants that people have to come out of their attachments with the material existence and to realize their true purpose on this earth. Unless you connect to spirituality, you can never be devoid of fear. Because fear is there because you are associating with your physical existence. Till you think you are a body, mind, identity, you will have fear. Only when you align to that I am a soul, right, you will be fearless. Because you will know, how can I die when I was never born? So this is the time for all of us to attune to spirituality. So these are the lessons that this dimension wants to teach. And in Vishuddha Chakra, if you see, Vishuddha means extremely pure. Pure means there is nothing negative and there is nothing positive. Everything is a truth. The world flows or life flows with intention of self-realization. When there is an intention of some self-realization, there will be difficulties in the path of the intention, and those difficulties have to be destroyed with the light of knowledge. Understand, light is always there. It never went anywhere. But what is happening is people are aligning to darkness because of their association with the lower four chakras. They are worried about survival. They are so impatient. They have no trust. They don't have faith. They are not in the present. So what happens? Everywhere there is so much of fear. But light is there. You just have to step here. You have to come here. You just have to come. You have to come where you feel very peaceful, when you are in the present, when you have faith, devotion. You believe that I have a purpose in this world. You have surrender, you have acceptance. You have trust in yourself to deal with it. You believe in your chakras, that in the root chakra, I will survive. In the sacral chakra, my identity will be nurtured. I have power. I have trust. I can understand the situation. I can accept the situation. I can surrender to the situation. So the light is there. You just have to walk and you have to attune to it. This can shout. It will shout very loudly. It will speak very fast. It will create so much of noise that in that noise, the silence cannot be heard. But if you come here, it is very soft. It is very silent, but it is there. It is for waiting for you to align to it. COVID will not go till the people don't align to it. It will not go till the mass majority of people align to this. They don't trust their existence in this world. They don't trust that there is a fifth dimension. Everything is not about just material. There is another dimension of life. So till we don't extricate ourselves from this noise, this din, this negativity, this fear, and we come to this faith that yes, many people are dying, but many people are living also. Out of all the people who are getting COVID, 99% of people are recovering. A large percentage of the world is alive. See the percentage of the world which has got COVID. It will not be more than 3%. So we are right now, the darkness is making us look at that percentage which has lost the battle. But we have to look at the percentage which has won the battle. We have to look at the good things that are happening. There are good doctors. There are good people. There are good sanitarians. There are a lot of people who are doing a lot of things to give relief to the people. There are so many donations happening, so many charity happening. So many people are coming out of the way to help people in distress. The people outside of India are thinking that India is in a very terrible state because they are only reading that part of it which is negative. Because news is that. Once, there was a reporter who came to me and he said, madam, what is news? If a dog bites a man, it is not a news. But if a man bites a dog, it is a news. So for them, people who are recovering is not a news. The people who are dying is a news. So we are not giving attention. We are not lauding the people who are safe, who have recovered, who are helping others. The doctors, the medical workers who are day and night, who are, trying to keep the people alive, who are trying to, find different ways to heal people, who are discovering different forms of this disease and trying to find a cure. So till you don't align to the positivity, till you don't align to what is happening, to the efforts made in this direction, COVID will not go. The darkness will still remain there. So this is the time the people who have got positivity, they have to arise, they have to wake up, they have to get up, and they have to go, and more and more people like this have to come together and give that peace to the people, and they have to spread the light, right? So how many of you agree to this? I would like to read your comments. Right, Shweta is telling, I'm caught in darkness, but the only way you can come out of it is you have to meditate, you have to cleanse the darkness, and you have to attune to light. You always have choice to see the glass half full or half empty, right? Because, yes. So this is the time when it is always a choice, because thousands of people, whenever a friend will also call you, the friend will only tell about negative things that are happening. It is a natural instinct of a person. We hardly talk about people who have recovered. We hardly talk about good things that are happening, about the good doctors, right? There are so many things happening in India. There are so many free COVID centers. And there are so many doctors, so many people, they are working so hard. It makes me cry when I see the effort they are doing. In Delhi, you see that they have the Gurudwaras. They have oxygen langars. They are supplying free oxygen to the people. Matlab, you see where the oxygen was sold at such a high price. The Indian business tycoon Mukesh Ambani, he stopped all his factories who were using oxygen, and he started producing 1,000 metric ton a day, and he is giving all the oxygen free. I mean, you see the philanthropy these people are doing. We are not seeing that. We are not seeing how our government is trying so hard. We are just seeing what they are not doing. We are not seeing the mammoth of work which is on their plate. We are not supporting them. What we can do is we can just sit on a chair and complain what they are not doing. Except sitting in the lockdown, what are you doing? Ask yourself. And see the people, how they are working day and night. The people in the government, the different people in charge of administration, the police, the security guards. Everyone is working so hard, so hard. What we can do is we can pray for them. We can offer our gratitude to them. We can pray for their well-being. And we can spread light in that time. Okay? So this is the requirement of the day. So let us talk more about anxiety. Okay? And let us talk more about this disease, COVID, today. That why this has manifested and what is the lesson it is trying to teach us. Okay? Now, we have to understand that this COVID is due to a virus. And virus is all around us. Our body only, we have trillions of viruses on our own body also. We have so many viruses inside our nails, our teeth, our hair, our skin. We are surrounded by viruses. And this is a new virus. And what is the function of the virus? When the virus enters our body develops immunity against the virus. And it becomes stronger. Right? So from childhood till today, we have been exposed to many, many different viruses. They have entered in our system. maybe we developed a little cold, a little flu, a little fever, but ultimately we developed an immune response to it. And then we developed that immune response. Next time it came, we did not even realize that it has come. So virus is something that comes into our body basically to tell that there is some negativity in the environment and we have to develop an immune response. Okay? And this immune response is created by a chakra that lies between your throat chakra and between your heart chakra. It is between your Vishuddha and Anahat chakra, and this chakra is called thymus chakra. So it is the thymus chakra that creates the immune response. It creates the T cells, an army of white blood cells that attacks the pathogen, right? It destroys the pathogen and it remembers the attack for the next time. This is done for the physical thing which is called virus. But in other things, in other situations that you face in your life, the different challenges that you face in your life, what happens? You deal with the problem, you attack the problem, you understand the lessons, and you remember the lessons. So this is also done by the thymus chakra. This is called soul chakra. It is the seat of the soul. So today you grow in life because you are dealing with the problems and you are learning their lessons. But today what has happened is the world has become very fast paced. People are just running. You know, they are running with so much of impatience towards their goals. They're losing tolerance. They don't want to wait. They don't want to learn also. All they want is they want the fruits. They want success, they want name, they want fame, they want money, they want acknowledgement, but they don't want to learn the lessons. All people in this world have become very, very impatient. Anything that comes in their way, they just want to bypass it, or they want to run away and take another choice, but they don't want to deal with it. So today what has happened is, a virus wants to come, we want to just ignore it or throw it away, but we don't want to attack and we don't want to learn from it. So today what has happened is our thymus chakra has become weak because we are away from the true intention of life, which is self-realization. We are not attuned to the very purpose for which we have taken birth, which is self-realization. And that is why you see in this world, when COVID happened, a lot of things were happening around the world, which were all related to intolerance. Today, we cannot tolerate people of another community, another color, of another race, of another, belief system. So what has happened is that so much of negativity is arising because of this intolerance. We are not learning how to deal with things, how to deal with what we call negativity. Because in reality, there is no negativity in this world. Life says, I am sending you different situations. They are tests for you. You have to take it in. You have to allow it in. You have to process it. You have to deal with it. And ultimately, you have to evolve from it. Today, we are not ready to learn. We are not ready to evolve. And that's why, this disease has come on such a large scale. that we are not ready to take in things and learn. And that's why our immunity is very weak. Our power to fight against problems is very weak. Now, this chakra blockage is the cause of asthma, is the cause of autoimmune disorders, thyroid issues, flu, pneumonia, etc. Even lung cancer, right? And a very weak, bodily immune response system. And that's why you see that these kind of diseases are very rampant today in this world. And when we face diseases, what we do? We don't want to learn from it. We want to ultimately go to the medical system and get a surgery or get a transplant, but we don't want to learn from it. So what has happened is that this thing has come in such a big way that there is no definite cure. And all the arrows are pointing where? That the cure is inside. It is not outside. You can think, let me take a vaccine and I am super protected. Even doctors are saying no, right? So nothing is guaranteeing you cure, because ultimately you have to awaken your own immune response, right? So definitely, in order to strengthen our immune response, there are certain things that you can do physically, which most of us are following, which is exercise, maintain a healthy diet, etc. Many of people are doing, eating, different supplements in order to make their fighting system stronger, right? Taking lot of spices and herbal supplements to make their Manipur chakra stronger. That's all okay, right? Because that is, our fight is not with the physical person. Our fight is mind with the mind. So we have to make ourselves spiritually stronger. I believe in that more, right? So can I show you a PPT I have prepared so that you understand what I'm talking in more graphic terms? Okay, so I'll show you the PPT. It will help you better to understand. So when we talk about what is fear, fear is just darkness. When you throw the light of understanding, there is no fear. In fear, you never understand the lessons of the chakra. The root chakra, the bottom one, has lessons of survival. The sacral chakra of creativity. The Manipur chakra of power. The fourth chakra from bottom of love. The fifth chakra, thymus chakra, which we are going to talk about today, of faith. The Vishuddha chakra, throat chakra of understanding. The third eye chakra for acceptance, and last, the seventh chakra for hope. We don't have a light. If you see, I've shown a picture that the light is blocked, and we don't understand these lessons, that our survival is guaranteed. We are creative, we are powerful. Fear is not our nature, because love is our nature. We cannot have mistrust, because faith is our nature. We cannot be anxious, and ignorant, because understanding is our nature. We cannot say, I don't accept, because acceptance is our nature. We cannot feel hopeless, because hope is our nature. And these natures are of our different consciousness, of body, identity, mind, senses, nerves, our wisdom, our intellect, and our true consciousness. Anxiety, I translate into I cannot process or I cannot handle a situation. I'm nervous and I'm anxious. So, what happens in anxiety? Our nerves take charge. Okay. So, if I want to explain what is anxiety, how I imagine anxiety as that if our consciousness is like a wave, chitta, it is in the stomach. Anxiety are waves in that pool. The small, small waves are called anxiety. It makes your mind go from here to here, here to here. What will happen? What will happen? What will happen? Because of anxiety, you are not in your true state of now. You're constantly making permutations and combinations. If this happens, what will happen? If this happens, what will happen? This happens. But you're not realizing the true state is truth. If you stay in the truth, intelligence will throw light on what you have to do. Okay? Anxiety, if you break it up into chakra, anxiety tells you that in the third eye chakra, I cannot accept. In the throat chakra, I cannot find solution. In the thymus chakra, I cannot tolerate. I cannot tolerate if this happens. In the heart chakra, I cannot allow. In the Manipur chakra, I cannot process it. What is this? I cannot process. Now let us talk about this powerful chakra, thymus chakra, which is the warrior chakra for COVID. This is the thymus chakra. You can see it is 2 inches below your U cavity. It is here. And if you feel it, there is a small bump here, bump. That is your thymus chakra. To open it, many meditators tell you, make a fist and tap it. It's like a butterfly shaped gland. So you can tap it like this. This chakra is also the chakra for intention. In Hindu spirituality, I call it the chakra of Sudarshan. Like, if you know Sudarshan chakra, Lord Vishnu held the chakra in his right index finger. So this was a chakra with 108 serrated edges. Whenever he wanted to accomplish something, he used to send the chakra with just intention, not like this. With the intention, the chakra used to go. It used to destroy all the enemies, all the darkness, the demons, and come back to the holder. In your life also, whatever is your desire, the intention of that desire, it originates in this chakra. You want to start a new business. You want to do a new course. You want to embark on a new journey. The intention starts in this chakra. And what happens? Automatically, there is a Sudarshan chakra of Lord Vishnu, the preservers of this world, that comes into force, that destroys every obstacle in the path. And in the process, you are learning how to accomplish your intention. So when you want to start a business, you will face many challenges. Sometimes from a customer, sometimes from a supplier, sometimes financial problems, sometimes bank problems, sometimes problems with your employees. But as you cut through each problem, ultimately you are growing. So this is the chakra for intention. And in the path of intention, every obstacle is destroyed by the power of this chakra. This chakra governs your nerves. In scientific terms, it supports our immune response by producing T leukocytes. Now, these white blood cells perform three major tasks. First, they distinguish and find that which are the intruding pathogens or viruses. Then they destroy the virus or bacteria. And most important, they remember the attack for the next time. So in life, when you face a problem, it is because of this chakra, you learn how to come out of it, and you remember the problem, so the next time it doesn't look like a problem. The organs which are ruled by the thymus chakra are heart, blood vessels, lungs, diaphragm, thoracic spine, ribs, breasts, hands. Now these are the organs which are getting affected because of the disease of COVID, because the thymus chakra is involved. Now the thymus chakra is most active during childhood and it tapers down as we age. So the child has got a very active thymus chakra, but by the age of 50, we have to make do with whatever T cells are still surviving in our body to combat illness. Because what I believe is, in childhood until the age of 50, there are many lessons to be learned, right? So till that age, there are many lessons to be learned, and by 50, we have to tune to our own knowingness, right? By 50, the learning process has to become automatic. So we are not given so much T cells after that. Okay. The Gita is asking that we have 8 chakras. No, we don't have 8 chakras. We have 12 chakras, right? Because the root chakra is also 2 chakras. There is one chakra which is red and the bottom chakra is black. The crown chakra is also 2. One is violet and one is white. The heart chakra are 3 chakras. We talk about Anahat chakra. In some classes, I talk about Rit Padma. And in this class, I'm talking about thymus. So they are total 9 chakras. Okay? Now, when this chakra becomes blocked, these are the diseases that happen because of blockage of the thymus chakra. Asthma, pneumonia, bronchitis, lung cancer, hypertension, heart attack, immune dysfunction, autoimmune diseases. Even cancer is an autoimmune disease. Hypothyroid, lupus, etc. When this chakra is balanced, you fulfill your intentions, however they seem difficult. Okay? Now, these are the lessons we have to learn in this webinar today. Okay? This chakra is blocked by 4 things. Today, if you are ready to learn these 4 things, you will never have a problem because of COVID. Okay? So, this chakra gets blocked. First, intolerance. We will talk about it more in detail. Impatience, lack of forgiveness, lack of faith. So these are the 4 reasons that this chakra gets blocked. So we have to know that every chakra in our body embodies certain lessons which you have to learn in order to cross that chakra. Right? And the lessons of this chakra are 4, and they are all related to dealing with the virus or dealing with any negativity in your life. Understand, life will always have dark and light. It will have good things coming to you, and it will have negative things coming to you. You cannot push out the negative things and take in only the positive things. Because always know it is the negative things which are most important, because they help you to grow. It is only because of negativity you grow in life. It is only because of darkness the light expands. So darkness is very, very important for the evolution of the soul. You have to learn to accept darkness, understand darkness, allow darkness to come, deal with darkness, and learn from darkness. So this chakra gets blocked first when you have got intolerance inside you. When you just cannot tolerate things or people who are not as per your definition, and which is very common with most of the people today. And why is it? Because people are very impatient. They have defined what they want. They just don't want to compromise on anything other than what they want. So they have become very intolerant. Anything that comes in their way, they want to just chop it off and go past it. They don't want to stop, take it in, and deal with it. So for this, you need to meditate. You need to see your emotions of negativity for things that are not as per your liking or as per your definition, and you have to remove that intolerance. Negativity will always come. Things that you don't want in life, they will always come. Whatever you want to run away from life will always come. Whatever you fear most in life, it will always come. Always it will happen. Right? But what you need to do is, you need to tolerate it. You need to take it in. It is something like, suppose you eat food. Now, once it has gone here, you cannot do anything except tolerate it and take it in. So first thing what this chakra teaches you is tolerance. Okay, Anish is asking something. In such abnormal situations, is your theory of chakras is valid for corona? Yes. That's what I'm talking. That's what I'm talking. That this theory of chakra is valid. If you listen to it, right, you will understand, because there is no other way. Now life has put us in a corner. There is no other way, right? And this situation, it looks abnormal, but understand it is a situation. It is a situation which has to be dealt with. You cannot be fearful. You cannot be negative. In this time, we have to have peace, mental balance, and deal with it. Okay? Because see, if you just listen to what I am telling with your heart, and if it sounds true, then definitely you have understood. Okay? Because heart doesn't accept anything except the truth. And truth has got the power to shed light. And truth liberates you. Right? The truth liberates you from fear. So we were talking about the 4 lessons that this chakra has come to teach us, because this is the time when this chakra has become most active. The earth has moved into the 5th dimension, and we have to deal with the lessons. So first is intolerance. Next is lack of faith. Today what has happened is, we are so much in the material world that we don't have faith. We think that the enemy is too big for me to fight with. So we become weak. With our immunity becomes weak. But when we trust the very purpose of life, which is survival, right? When we trust the very purpose of life, which is survival, if the nature of life was destruction, you would not be breathing every minute. Your cells will not be repairing automatically. Digestion would not be happening. Your heart will not be continuously pumping blood, repairing your cells. So you can see the nature of life is survival. So if a darkness or a fear of death has come, life will always want to fight it and survive. So faith has to be there. And you have got no other choice than to have faith. You have no choice. It is the faith that you can read in our scriptures. In every religion, there are stories of faith. It is the faith that Meera had for Krishna, that she drank the poison given to her laughing. It was the faith that Prahlad had for Narsingha. It is the faith that Prahlad had for Lord Vishnu. His father was a demon, and his father proclaimed himself as God, Hiranyakashipu. So, he told Prahlad, and he put lot of atrocities on Prahlad, that there is no God, I am the God. I have so much of money, I am rich, and everyone surrenders to me. Everyone is fearful of me. Prahlad said, I know you're my father, but my God is Vishnu, Narayan. Then he subjected him to lot of torture, including he even tried to burn his own son by making him sit in fire. So that time his sister Holika sat with young Prahlad in her lap. Right? So that time his sister Holika sat in the fire with the young Prahlad in her lap. The fire burnt her, but did not burn Prahlad. And that is how Holi is celebrated. And then Hiranyakashipu asked Prahlad, where is your God? He said, where is it that God is not there? He said, is he there in this pillar? He said, yes, he's there everywhere. So he ordered his people to break the pillar. And when the pillar was broken, Lord Narsimha came out. It was a form of Lord Vishnu, which was half lion and half man. And it is a big story that how he killed the demon. So there are many, many stories of lot of faith in God. That how Surdas, how so many devotees have come, having that undying faith in the consciousness. So this is the time where you should have faith. That there is a life which is beating inside me. It wants me to live. It has not created me to die. You can see that life. You can be grateful to that life. You can see my family is there with me. My parents are there. My children are there. My spouse is there. You can see things that are there. And you can trust that life is there with you. So this is the time to have faith in what is there. And not to have faith in what is not there. Right? Okay. Vikesh is asking why Neetaji every 100 years. See, as I already explained that the earth is going through a transformation. It is going through a transformation of evolution. Okay? Prabodh is asking, the present is a point of evolution to the next state. Do you see a time frame? Everyone asks what is the time frame. See, what I believe is the time frame is as much time as it takes for the good people to come up and evolve and gather together. It is up to us that how much time we want to take for that. We cannot sit quietly and let the negativity rule. So we have to get up. Okay? So I continue. So, as I said, that there are 4 lessons that this chakra wants to teach us. First is intolerance. You have to meditate and you have to remove all the negativity that stops you from tolerating what is happening in your life. It is not about just tolerating the virus. It is about tolerating relationships, tolerating situations in your career, tolerating situations in your society, tolerating people of different caste, different race, different religion, different belief system. You have to learn to tolerate. Right? Second, you should have faith, that undying faith in life that wants you to live, and not only live, thrive, that wants you to grow. Third, forgiveness. Unless you forgive, you cannot learn the lesson behind a situation. So today, if you hold on to things very tight, that no, this negativity happened, I am not ready to forgive. How will you learn from it? How will you go past it? The virus happens, it creates a stress inside you, it creates a trouble inside you, but ultimately you learn from it. You learn your defense system from it. You learn how to protect yourself from it. Similarly, the different negative situations that happen in your life, whether it is a betrayal, whether it is a loss in your business, whether it is loss of expectations in your career, in your family life, you have to forgive and let go. Right? And the last lesson of this chakra is impatience. Why are you so impatient? Where do you want to run to? What do you want to achieve? If you are running from one goal to another, right? If you're constantly in the future, you will have a lot of fear. But do you think achieving one goal will make you completely satisfied? Or another goal will come in its place? So life is not about just running from one goal to another. You have to stop being so impatient. You have to stop being so controlling. You have to stop running after fruits. Krishna has said in Gita, you have to just do your karma and leave the fruits to me. So you have to stop running after achieving, whether it is in education, in relationships, in your career, in your business. You have to stop being so impatient. When the virus also comes inside you, it takes time for your innate immune response to kick in. It takes time. Because first what happens is your body tries to attack it with what it already knows. Right? After that, the secondary innate response kicks in. It tries to gather its own army together, and it takes 5-6 days for it to attack. But in this 5-6 days, if you become nervous, anxious, impatient, what will happen? Pneumonia sets in. Because you are trying to say, I cannot do anything about it. So what happens is the good cells also start to die. So the same thing happens with us when we are faced with a difficult situation. That first, when you are handling a difficult situation, first you handle with what you already know. Then you take some time to really understand it, comprehend it properly, and to collect your army of intelligence together. It takes time. So you should have patience. Today, when we have some obstacle or negativity, we immediately want to take a decision. Divorce, separation, run away, cancel. I don't want it. We don't want to give time. We just don't want to give time. So, what you have to do is you have to start practicing patience, faith, trust. That what I want will happen. It will take time, but it will happen. If I have set about an intention, I am not going to deviate from the path. If I have set out to make this thing work, it better work. I am not going to give up so fast. I'm going to stick on to it and I'm going to have faith. I'm going to have patience. Okay? So that patience has to be cultivated. It cannot happen in one day. But all these four things you have to inculcate in your life. And to inculcate, you have to meditate. You have to remove the negativity behind it. And you have to attune to that. Decide to tolerate everything from today. Decide to be patient. Decide to have faith. And learn to forgive. And it takes a lot of spiritual power to do it. And that is the need of the time. That is what we have to do. So impatience and lack of forgiveness. So this thymic chakra or thymus chakra is the place of fulfillment of intent. And this chakra wants to teach you darkness is nothing but the absence of light. Because of darkness, light expands. Negativity is the absence of positivity. With negativity, you realize. Your soul shines through because of the balance of negativity and positivity. Now, this chakra has got a star inside it. And it says it's a balance of negativity and positivity. And your true nature can shine through. That is the lesson of this chakra. Okay? Are you clear about it? Shaji is telling something. Difficulties make me impatient. Right? See, whenever people come to me, I have regularly people coming to me for counseling. Okay? So when they come to me with lot of stress and problems, I only tell them one thing. Relax. The more you are relaxed, the more you are in your natural state. Today you are having lot of stress in your career. Relax. You have lot of problems in your relationships. Relax. See, it is darkness that shouts. It tells you to run. Right? You see the music nowadays, it's so loud and it is so fast. But you see the bhajans, they are so soft. Right? Darkness doesn't want you to connect with the present. So it tells you run, run, run. It tells you everything is outside of you. The medicine is outside. The treatment is outside. It creates a fear of the future. But what about the present? How many of us are seeing that I can heal myself? I can treat myself? How many of us are seeing the present? That presently I'm healthy. Presently my family is all healthy. Why are we not tuning to the present? So it is a choice for us. And the more we have faith, what you call bhakti, devotion, right? It is so much of devotion to the divine qualities that will give us the spiritual strength to tide over this time. We need spiritual strength and we'll get it from devotion. And what is devotion? honoring the divine qualities of our higher self. Because when we honor the quality, we try to attune to the quality. So this is the time for everyone to meditate. Meditate, become very calm, and I only teach one type of meditation. I tell you, meditate, look at fear and let it go. Okay? I wish you all the best. Thank you for joining me today. Shivoham.